As promised, folks, you're back here at after a really short break, back to the Unreal Nightmare facing up OMiT Brooklyn at the map of Rewind. Of course, this is our first map. Hardpoint is going to be the game mode. We do see a couple of great kills coming up from both sides, but that's going to be the initial pick being done from the side of Poison and Skill getting the first frags for their team.
Yeah, a couple of great kills early here from Unreal. They're starting to set the tempo at least a little bit. A lot again of the P1s in BO6. They're just about getting control of that P2. We see that already as a great rotation from Poison. Will clean up a couple of these OMiT players, but in through the front door, it's busy. The first one to try to get some work going for OMiT. Getting a couple on the board, Hyde getting one as well. They'll get some time out of this P1, and they've got a great setup for P2 already. Skill, dangerous situation, whiffs a shot. Will not be able to convert on that kill. Poison, though, from the side. We'll be able to find two. Good first P1, but OMiT, they maintain control of that P2. That's all they really needed. Only down 9 points. They're more than happy about that. This P2 so awkward to attack, especially when the team is fully set up. But a dangerous opener start. Skill able to grab two. Sovereign from the back will clean that up, as it once again will be tied up at 15. Now OMiT in the lead.
Yeah. OMiT Brooklyn getting back the control of the point, but there's going to be a lot of that hard fight going up against on the same point as well. There's a P2 in the play, and we do see a couple of the nades coming in. That's going to be really hard for the side of Brooklyn to actually for the side of Nightmare to just stand off and get those points accumulated as more as possible. Back to OMiT Brooklyn right now, 22-18. What a close game that we are having. So Rain gets a double with that AR, and now it's going to be possibly a third, but he will be taken out eventually as the side of Hyde finds him though.
Yeah, now it's a long rotate to this P3. It's a dangerous one as well. You've got to rotate out through Street and Poison. He's going to make that difficult if he can, but it's a dangerous play. Hyde in the side wings just makes him look to the side, but Webby and Poison combine for 3. That'll reset OMiT for now and lead to them getting some good time on this P3. Still looking for more towards that side is busy, but they'll think twice. They're going to have to try to hit this together. Spawning all the way out, though, is Sovereign. He's going to try to go through Burger potentially here to try to maintain this map control, but even still, it's OMiT getting caught a little bit early. Skill and Poison will fall to Nate and Hyde. Hyde and Nate going to combine for 4. All 4 hit the floor. And OMiT, they're going to get onto this P3. Look at how they expand across the map. It's spawning in back Burger. Busy going to line up 2 of them as the collide comes through. Still, Poison up front here, looking to try to find the shot, but Sovereign just that little bit faster. Still, OMiT looking to get most of the rest of this point under their belt. Again, once they're in the lead, this team gets so dangerous. They have control over P4 as well, 5 seconds before that pops. And that's a dangerous hill to try and break it once again.
Still, a lot of that play is happening very well from the side of, I would say, Unreal Nightmare. They're able to kind of like suppress the entire aggression and positional play. They're just able to counter it every now and then. Of course, there's going to be that small lead now being done from the side of OMiT Brooklyn in the P4 right now. P3, apologies. Sovereign is able to find one more, but as soon as we see it's going to be Skill to take down South BZ with a headshot, Wavy finds the side of Nate. A lot of that positive KD is definitely being seen from the side of OMiT Brooklyn, but right now it's going to be also the side of Unreal Nightmare to just give up a good fight and just let the side of Brooklyn, making sure that OMiT Brooklyn knows for a fact that they are up against a really good team, and they're trying to just just take back the control of the entire hard point. Now OMiT Brooklyn stretches up the lead. Oh, busy will be able to take down the side of Phoebe, even though he was the first one to counter it out, and Sovereign will get taken out from the side of Phoebe. 94-48, and of course Brooklyn, the first team to reach down to the 100 point in this hard point.
Yeah, and Unreal still only halfway there. We're going to head as this P5 pops to a listen in to try to get some idea of what the communication looks like for these teams.
Yeah. They're shooting time, bro.
Putting your time for you.
Elephant, bro. Let's go.
Oh, you're killing the solos. Thanks for right for you.
One
Elephant, a native.
In time. And deep right, Wevy.
Oh, one. Damn.
P2. What is that, bro?
Slow down, bro. Stop solo showing. Wait for us.
Doors open. The door shut. I'm going front.
Elephant. He's
Elephant.
elephant.
On the truck.
Truck.
Keep out through the time, bro.
I'm on blood. I can't try.
No. Straight to the bed, bro.
Bro. One
His court, bro. One shot court, bro.
We'll see Wevy.
Shot.
Wevy court. It's front old. One more.
Hard iron. That's good.
A tough sequence for OMiT. Their lead evaporates to nothing off of a huge P5 from Unreal Nightmare. 100 to 102 is a fantastic start to this series. If this is any indication of what the top level looks like, we are eating good. As Sovereign will pick up a couple. Hyde gonna grab one there as well before getting traded out by Webby. Still looking for more towards this P1. Again, mixy as it is. OMiT just looking to hold control. P2 try to keep this gray if they can. Nate trying to make a play. Does get cleaned up though, as the rest of OMiT, they're stuck on the outside looking in on this P1. To Unreal, they want to try to get that back in their favor points-wise. It's once again a great shot from Sovereign. Opens it up for just a moment. Poison 2 HP will be cleaned up by Hyde. So OMiT trying to find this break even still. Lieb and Webby, though, at the right moment, will grab a couple kills. That'll be the lead evaporating once more. And this time, it's Unreal Nightmare in a lead of their own. 7 seconds left. They have to find the break on this P2. They're going to do it early. They're going to leave a little bit of scrap on the table. They'll head back for it now. But in comes Unreal. They're going to try to fight forwards all the way. Nate able to grab one. Looks to find a second. What a play from Nate. Will get two. Still looking for more towards this P2. This play in the back is so important as Busy needs to stay alive back here. Let's head to a listen in for Unreal Nightmare to see how they approach this P2.
I need back, absolute.
It's on now. Very good. Take your time.
Okay,
Nice.
back
Car, sell back car, sell back car.
Come on, last break. You can back for but they're gonna
Okay,
come.
you listen. One back yellow, 2 time, 1 back car, please car. All four, all four.
One time I got one.
Yeah,
behind the-
busy way.
Here.
Make sure you're nading.
Indeed.
Busy watch one shot.
Absolute.
Contest and PM white. You want back
Shot
yellow,
me,
one back
shot me.
yellow.
Gen, close gen.
Yeah, F1 weak.
Hang on, bro.
Okay, busy, 1 shot time.
Wait
and
for
one
like,
off
wait for
one.
like, wait for like.
Nate elephant, one elephant, thank you. And then Nate glass.
Hide car into that.
Nate's glass.
Alright, we're good. Nate's glass, guys.
Nate's already knocked up.
Nice. You
Yeah,
still
Another one core, another one core.
Good.
I'm playing through.
Yeah.
Okay, you have one on blue. Soft blue.
Yeah, they know we
I'll
come
see,
on.
bro.
Yeah.
Blue, stop one mid, one shot, bro.
I'm gonna.
I try to meet front burger, one shot, bro. He's on corner. He's on hill now.
Sob dubs.
One on hill, close burger, traveling you. Another one deep back.
Burger dead.
Stop mid.
And I'm on.
What a
Not
great
sure
play.
about all of you watching, but that sounds like the comms of a team that is locked in. They are dialed right now. Poison trying to get a little bit too active. Will get some help from Skill. He'll stay alive, and he finds one even still. Poison. What a play that is. Hyde trying to make something happen on the hill. Will not be able to do anything before already getting ripped off. Busy. Big gunfight win there against Skill. Will stay up and gets traded immediately after by Lieb. Nate and Webby. It's just an absolute checkerboard in the kill feed. Trades back and forth still. It's OMiT, the ones that come out on top in the 9th hour, still keeping their lead on the board. But the P4 rotate is in the hands of Unreal Nightmare. They're the first ones here, but they aren't high in numbers. They've got to be very careful with these gunfights. But there we go. Huge gunfight win from Nate towards the back end. He's living it up in the back lines. Just needs to stay alive from this position. Needs help from his teammates. Good stun. Will keep him alive for just a moment longer, but that is not enough. Carbon funds Hyde as well as that P4 starts to crumble. It's all down to Sovereign in the last end of this play. He finds two, though. Busy gets one as well. And all down to Webby towards this P4. OMiT already on time. Still trying to clear him out. They want the back spawns fully in their favor. They want to take these fights now, and they find him in the back. One more play towards the hill is all Unreal really has left in them. They're going to spawn so far back. They've got to make it work, but they just get shredded. They'll find the players on the hill, but not much more than that. Webby still in position. We'll get a little bit of time here. Still trying to find some more as OMiT Brooklyn on the outside looking in for more than once this series. They're going to continue to find the fights they need. Now looking across 200 before we hit that last reset back to P5.
I mean, even before I would say the P4 was set in, we did saw a tremendous gameplay coming on from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. We do see a good competition. I mean, every other rotation, when it's possible for the most of the time, we do see them getting a real nightmare, able to just cut off the entire possible rotation coming up from the side of Brooklyn. It's more about the fact that the side of Sovereign, Nate, and Hyde are just able to contribute so much in terms of the frag score that other two guys are just able to be on the point and just do not worry about everybody just coming up on their reticle. But right now, it's going to be the side of Sovereign. I mean, the Hyde, 31 to 25. That's going to be coming up from the back. Stun, contestant is still on. Poison finds a double. Poison finds the third. OMiT Brooklyn still very much able to control the entire point, but no, this time around it will be the side of Unreal Nightmare to set their footing straight up, They have to stop the entire push coming up from the side from Brooklyn as soon as possible. Skill finds double. Nate does the same. Sober will take out the side of Skill for back by 2 times now. Brooklyn takes back the control to 15, and that's going to be another sliding kill coming up from the side of Sovereign. A huge, I would say, in terms of the pocket strats being in play from the side of Unreal Nightmare on how they are putting up this rotation towards the back line and cutting off, trying to just cut off the rotations coming in from the middle lane.
Yeah, there's going to be a tough play for OMiT here. They've got to get those P2 spawns. This P1 is important, and they can win here, but I don't think that's the plan. Busy going to find one there. Still looking for more onto Poison. He's the last one on time. OMiT, though, systematic in their approach. Scratch what I said before. They could look for the win here. They find a break so quickly, and they have the P2 spawns. Unreal spawned out towards that P4 side. They still have to fight back in. They still have to go all the way through. It's all down towards Poison and Lieb, and they get completely ripped off the hill. It's going to have to be an almost perfect rest of this hill from OMiT, but we know they're good for it, as even still Busy not able to find a great first fight, but Sovereign cleans up his mess. Hyde able to find one there on a Poison as well. Down to Lieb it goes, and he'll keep it great for the moment, but it's not long enough. He's already rotated over to P2. He trusts his team to try to hold them back, but they're not there in time. OMiT, they'll find map 1. Yeah, jumping right into this first round. A little early kill there for Unreal Nightmare. Really jumping right into it as in down is the bomb. OMiT caught a little bit flat-footed at the start of this round. Poison gets a great second kill, and in the blink of an eye, Unreal, they get the first round on the board.
First round, and probably that was we'll see to whether it's for the attacking or defensive, but yeah, it will be the side of the better team to just get this one up. But yeah, talking about the same factor that we talked about before we head off to the break, Unreal Nightmare needs to get this one. They kind of like almost set up their foundation against on how they kind of like went in and got a lot of that really good plays against a team like Brooklyn in the first map of Hardpoint. In this particular map only, on the map of Hardpoint, the mode of on the map of Reaver, on the mode of Hardpoint, apologies. But yeah, coming down to search and destroy, you gotta get those frags in, especially when you're trying to be a little bit aggressive on your defensive side. Nightmare will be the attacking, gets a 3v3 very early on board. The bomb is still in control for the side of Unreal Nightmare, trying to take up that rotation on bomb B. We do see that one player from the side of Sovereign that's getting scumbled. Nate also goes down. Busy possibly finds a double, and he gets it. And that's going to be a clutch, if I'm not wrong, from the side of OMiT Brooklyn.
Yeah, huge clutch to clean up that round. A really messy round from OMiT. I mean, this, regardless, Busy clutching up with the Strider is exactly what he and the rest of his team needed. A dangerous opportunity for Unreal Nightmare to take a 2-0 lead. Stopped before it even got going. OMiT now, once again, on the offensive side, gonna look to try to get something going here. Try to get a couple rounds strung together. Poison, though, already 4-1. He's been great in these first couple rounds for Unreal.
Yeah, slow. I would say definitely slow and steady should be the approach coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. But right now, OMiT Brooklyn on the attack. We do see with them trying to just get the first, but it's going to be already high. Nate with the secondary. They're trying to make switch upon towards the eastern part of the map over here. OMiT was already going to be planting up the bomb on site A. There's going to be a lot of that confusion happening for the side. So he needs to decide where he actually want to step his footing. But even though as time passes by, that's going to be a victory coming up in the third round of Search and Destroy for the side of OMiT Brooklyn 2-1.
Yeah, that's definitely more of the OMiT we've come to expect. After a couple of pretty dicey rounds in a row, they show one that really shuts out Unreal Nightmare. I mean, they hit a great route. They caught Poison completely outnumbered, as now Unreal Nightmare, they're the ones that have to sort of reset the pace here. I'd love to see them take a little bit more time in this round. Maybe not try to hit as quickly, try to feel out the map a little more, as it feels like right now OMiT's hot. They're hitting shots very nicely. You've got to cool them down one way or another. Either you completely wipe them off the map, or you try to slow them down at least a little bit. Hide in a really great spot to find one before getting dropped in the trade. Sovereign gonna try to stop this plant from going down. Can't quite do it. And that'll do it the round. Unreal Nightmare. They do exactly what they needed to in that round.
slow and steady. Like I said, even if I would say OMiT Brooklyn gets 3 runs back to back, you do have enough time to make up that comeback. And like I said, they have set up their foundation just like that, and especially because it's affecting a lot of the gameplay coming up from both sides actually, because it is the same map what we saw in the first map of Hardpoint, so they know on how kind of what kind of rotation they might can expect from a team like OMiT Brooklyn on this kind of like a similar map. Yes, the mode is changed, the tempo and the pacing of the entire rotation will be a little bit changed, but the tactical awareness coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare has been crazy. Nate finds the side of Pozik, and Pozik is gonna get Poison gonna taken out from Nate, and we do see that a little bit of that trade happening over there. Busy is gonna be the last remaining alive. That's gonna be wonders over there. Back-to-back 2 kills coming up from the side of Lieb. He's now having that location. He knows for the fact that somebody's going to come up from this everywhere. Tries to go for the melee. Is going to find a long angle towards that one boy. And yes, BZ finds one. And a 1v2 right now. Puts it up to his main, making sure he takes the control of the bomb. But for the side of Unreal Nightmare, they are a little bit unaware of the fact that, yeah, they can still get this round. And now it will be the side of Unreal Nightmare to take up that lead.
Yeah, that round could have got dangerous, but a good shell from Skill. And it shows the confidence Unreal Nightmare are operating with right now, but a little bit over aggressive in that 1vx scenario. Would have liked to see that be a little bit more clean, is now down to 2 and 3 for OMiT and Unreal. I mean, there's still plenty of S&D to go, but Unreal Nightmare, they can string a couple rounds together starting right now. This one could be curtains.
Let's see. I mean, 2-3. They still gotta get up that, at least be on 4-2 or maybe 4-2. But Skill gets a double. One more boy gets one more. BC is going to be again the last guy surviving. What's happening in for the side of OMiT Brooklyn? Unreal Nightmare just able to build up onto that foundation that they have laid on map number 1. Slow and steady is the name of the game, but that is going to be some quick kills coming in for the side of Unreal Nightmare. So a lot of that position awareness and that positional play is getting countered from the side of Unreal Nightmare against the side of OMiT Brooklyn. So gotta say for the fact that they are going to be the first team, slow and steady, to approach the overall match point coming in this series. Overall map point coming in this one?
Yeah, it's a dangerous situation now if you're OMiT. It feels like almost a must-win round from here. You cannot afford to go down 2-5 against a team like Unreal. It's going to be a fast play through mid from Unreal Nightmare. Early gunfight does not go their way, but the flag coming in through the rest of OMiT. Wevy going to find Busy quick, though, and they're going to get out of danger. A huge survival and a huge kill to open up the round. Now it's an opportunity. OMiT got a great stun forwards, but they are completely shredded. And that might just do it. Unreal Nightmare, they get to map point early here on map 2.
Like I said, they are doing absolute wonders, just countering out the entire positional play. It's not just even about the overall on how they're just setting their pacing, but it's also coming up from the overall players from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Wavy is at 6, Poison's at 8, Skill 6-3, Leave at 4. We do see 4, 5, 3 kills coming from Busy, Nate, and High respectively. But as a unit, as the entire team, Unreal Nightmare are performing so well on this matchup.
That's going to be now do or die. Unreal, they've got plenty of rope to pull. And it's now a dangerous situation. Hyde and Sovereign going to grab the couple early. If that fight went the other way, that round could have been so different. As now, I mean, 2v4, this should be OMiT gaining a little bit of control back into this map, especially if they can do it flawless. That'll be great for the momentum, but they will not do that. Lieb at least grabs the first. They're going to start to swarm. They're going to start to collapse onto Lieb's position. Just a matter of how long can he stay up. Play the Benny Hill theme, because we've got a good old-fashioned chase down on our hands. Lieb going to cut back into the defense, isolate to 1v1 because of it, but in comes the rest of the team. And OMiT, before it got truly dangerous, are able to finish it up.
5-3 now. I mean, amazing play coming up, from the side of Unreal Nightmare, and they were just like slowly and steadily getting those rounds in, and this might be very much either the side of OMiT U18 starting the reverse sweep play, because we have seen them doing it, But for the side of Unreal Nightmare, they just need to find that one round. They just need to find that one final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, it's a couple rounds in a row needed to draw a level here from OMiT. They're going to try to hit fast towards this B side. It's all about how much can Lieb do from this back position. He needs to stay alive back there as long as he can. Needs help from his team as well. Initial gunfight will go the way of Poison. Sovereign with a trade, but the team nade at the worst time will give OMiT the numbers advantage now. 3-2 they sit, and another awkward fight. Webby can't bring it home. And then the numbers continue to be the devil, but Lieb finally, from that back spot, finds one. Can't get the second, is busy. Will find the trade.
1v1.
Webby finds that one, though, and it's down to the 1v1. Map on the line. Hyde has it all to do. 1v1 up against Webby. Webby's been lights out so far on this second map, but he's going to have to find a retake against Hyde. Bomb plant comes down, and Hyde got plenty of time to work into wherever he wants on the map. This will come down to timing. So much of this map, so much of this round, even the door. Here's the reload.
Oh,
I don't know if Webby has any idea where Hyde is. Webby gonna try to hit the flank. No, doesn't have any idea. Hyde, great timing. He's got a perfect spot to overlook the bomb from. This round might already be over. Webby not able to go check. The time runs down, and that will do it. Oh, man. They'll force us into another round.
A great clutch. I mean, like, this is what it's like. This might be a reverse sweep, but this might be that one final piece of the puzzle that needs to be just, found to just complete the entire set of winning this second matchup against the side of Brooklyn. I mean, at this point of time, yes, Brooklyn are just able to, recollect themselves and finding those gaps and filling those gaps as soon as possible against a lineup like this. But right now, Unreal Nightmare are, this particular round was more of like, this was a kind of like a freebie round, don't get me wrong, which they gave away to the side from Brooklyn. They just need to stop it out because you were there in the defense. You just got to wait in for the post-man scenario if you don't want to be aggressive on the defensive side. Now, Unreal Nightmare for the one last final attack might be in play, though the players are converting a B trophy system gets destroyed as soon as it gets deployed from the side of Brooklyn. We do see one of the tips over there. Nate able to find someone, but no, it's going to happen. Both of the boys are going to get back off. Leave, making sure the site is before clear. Still gets the first blood. Poison able to find one. No, he's going to get find out another time. Busy gets it. Lieb is going to get that trade. 2v2 now.
Oh, big rotate from Webby. Catches and finds a big kill on a Sovereign. Down to Nate in the 1v2. What felt like a must-win map if you're Unreal Nightmare has come down to the wire. Timing through when the shot's found. Unreal Nightmare, they'll find map 2.
Back to the third matchup, folks. Brooklyn facing up Unreal Nightmare. Control is the game mode, and as you can see, Protocol is the map.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of this before. OMiT 1-0 lead due to a disconnect from Unreal Nightmare, but Unreal Nightmare off of the break. They've got a fantastic start to this round 2. They've got a great spree of kills, up 6 lives very early on here on the defense. They're looking to trap OMiT, and they've got a great start. Sovereign, apologies, it's Unreal in the blue and OMiT in the red. OMiT on the right side of your screen, Unreal on your left.
Yeah.
So it's OMiT having a fantastic start. Colors backwards, my brain is jumbled, but we're here regardless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll take care of that when we flip the teams as soon as he does it. But right now, we do see the side of Brooklyn being a little bit of the control. And yes, we do see both of the teams making a good progress, respectively on side B and side A. Right now, we do see a lot of that damage being done to the side of Brooklyn. They are right now just trying to the damage being done to the side of Unreal Nightmare. Look at that, 24 to 12 lives remaining, and that tells a lot about the sheer frag power potential and the play coming out from the side of Brooklyn. Now, as the sides have been right, as you can see, folks, 21 to 10. I'm pretty sure this entire second round is also going into the favor of Brooklyn as time passes by.
Yeah, I mean, one last opportunity for Unreal to get this hill, but they're down 11 lives, and even if this does somehow make its way to completion, this round is already much more than over. It's dominated by OMiT. What a turnaround from Nate, looking for 3. Get some momentum, just barely won't be able to, but that is a lights out round from OMiT. I mean, really showing what they're made of, and even more so than the first round. It was that dominant.
Overall, a great play coming up from the side of OMiT Brooklyn. I mean, Unreal Nightmare did set their footing right up in the second map of Search and Destroy, and they have proved to kind of like be that team who can actually suppress and actually give a real challenge against the side of OMiT Brooklyn. But as soon as that the time is passing by, as we have seen the scores, getting equalized, there might be a little bit of that slight chance, but right now 2-0 is the score, folks. It's going to be and map point coming up for the side of OMiT Brooklyn here in this control matchup. Ski gets the first double coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Server Nate gets the side of Poison, and Leeb is able to take down Server in that trade. Apologies. We do see a little bit of that, the footing set up in the direction on site A, the point A, but we do got to know that Brooklyn were able to take down both Poison and Skill as they got the chance. A little bit of that fried game happening over here, but no, Leeb will take up that advantage and puts down the side of Sovereign back to respawn.
Yeah, dangerous opportunity, OMiT. They're down a lot of lives early in the round. They're going to have to turn something around pretty quick. Down 5 lives is not impossible to fight your way back from, but you need to find something soon, as they're almost getting trapped here. I mean, they're getting dangerous. They're caught so far back, as they've got nothing going towards any of the hills as well. Busy. We'll try to clear up that trap just a little bit. One last kill. They can't quite find it. As Poison and Webby, they'll continue the trap and only 20 seconds left. This time, it's Unreal's chance to really put their foot on the necks of OMiT. They'll get onto the hill. Still only 4 lives down if they're able to find this A, but that's in a big if when the map is so under control. But they've got a couple great kills. Leeb on the long wrap gets sniffed out, and all of a sudden, we're dead even with OMiT halfway through this A side. Now it's a bunch up from the rest of Unreal. They're going to try to hit through, but they do not have a lot of time. It's B site being taken as well. They've got to be careful for the side of Unreal that they don't give up too much of the B as well, as Webby sent to go clear Nate off of that, but it's the A finished, and now this round really starts to open up as OMiT up a life and ready to make an offensive toward this B side.
Yeah, definitely, and they have already secured up that A side, and they just wanna do it in a pretty neat way, as they have done in the site A as well. We do see the side of A, knows for the fact that there's somebody putting up in the corners. So it's gonna take out a lot of that fall damage. Legion gonna kick in, where he takes out the side of Hyde as soon as he spots him. And we do see the capturing get started back again. I don't know what Wavy was trying to do over there. Sorry, Ski was trying to do over there. It doesn't. What is the fact that somebody coming up from behind? Everybody is just going down one by one, falling like a deck of cards.
Let's go.
And that's going to be the trophy kill right there. And that's going to be no response pending. Oh, Brooklyn takes up this control map. And overall series point coming up 2-1 for the side of OMiT Brooklyn.
Yeah, I mean, a really strong response there from OMiT. I mean, it's one of the strongest control maps we've seen, and I mean, this was the one that I was saying, you kind of got to do it here, guys. You know?
Yeah.
It's a tough map to fight back from Unreal Nightmare, and it's going to be even tougher to try to convert the rest of the series. I mean, you're heading now into a hard point on Hacienda again. All right, promised it wouldn't be long. We're locked, loaded, and ready to go. Map number 4. We head to a second hard point, Unreal Nightmare. Looking to try to send this to map 5. OMiT looking to close it out. Still, Hacienda, an awkward map for both of these teams. It's one they've both played so much this season. It started out as a map that a lot of teams were a little bit scared to go to, but it's become a fan favorite and a player favorite alongside it. Unreal Nightmare, they get a good early start. Again, all of these P1s and BO6, it's just about that P2 control. Unreal, more than happy with the number of points they got on the board on that P1. They're more than happy to let the rest of it go to OMiT if they can keep control of this P2. This long route from Nate going to mean a lot towards this upcoming hill. They need to clear him out and soon, but the distraction comes through. Nate needs to find the shots and does. A little bit of a whiff on that first kill. Will not be enough to stop him as he finds a second.
Oh.
And there goes P2 in the hands of OMiT.
There we go, folks. OMiT regaining back control of the hard point up here, and they are just able to just flush out the entire team of Unreal Nightmare just like that. But there's going to be a rotation coming up from the side of Wavy, finds the side of 5, possibly a second. Gets denied instantly. Nate comes in from the back. He's able to find the side of Skill, possibly popping off some nades. Yeah, it's going to pop that one out. Unreal Nightmare is able to get that control foil just a little bit. But no, it will be the side of Blizzy to take up that lad coming up from behind towards the staircase rotation.
A dangerous opportunity as the rest of Unreal, they just 4 dead OMiT. They'll get the rest of the scrap on this P2. The P3 rotation gonna be a tough one. It's one of the longest rotations in the game. And they've got to fight through a lot of OMiT players and a lot of OMiT controlled space. Hyde will clean up a couple, but Skill and Wevy able to keep the numbers more or less even on this rotation. As Unreal Nightmare, they've already got a nice little advantage in their pocket. They want to expand it. They'd love to chain this P3, but again, look at Nate on the flank. We'll be able to clear out the rest of those Unreal Nightmare players. It's down to Poison and Wevy in position to try to hit this fast. We're trying to make something happen. Busy gets one, though, onto Leave. Still looking for more. Will get cleared out. Hyde hits the floor. As Busy grabs Skill, it's a checkerboard in the kill feed once more. But it's Unreal Nightmare. They're fighting tooth and nail for this hill. It's Hyde and Busy combining for 3. And OMiT, they'll win the first little skirmish. They'll need a lot more than that, though. The split spawn comes through. Look at double flank from Wevy and Leave. Do they read it is the question. Answer is no, but they can find the fight regardless. But no, Nate.
Oh,
We'll find one there as Busy gets another 2-for-2 trade. Still looking for more is Unreal. Onto the hill they go again. But again, they get cleared right off. 13 seconds left. And the rest of the hill should go OMiT's way.
49-52. OMiT is still trying to pave its way, but a good, I would say, the retaliation coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare. Poison is at 5-7. Look at Wavy and Skill just trying to pave their way. Coming to the street point, it's going to be lead to take back kills, and it's going to be the hard point getting coupled down to the foundation area towards on the corner. Yes, they're still trying to regain back control. They're still trying to stop an entire wave of OMiT Brooklyn coming back to back. Lead gets a killing spree. 5 back-to-back kills coming in. Lead possibly takes on one more, but no, that's going to be Skill with that SMG in play. Everybody's just coming in from the same angle. They're just making sure they're just able to get everybody out from the same spot. There are more than 3 guys, so definitely that advantage and that fast track is going to be in play for the side of Unreal Nightmare on the point.
Leave gets number 6. He'll finally get shut down, but right as Skill gets his 3rd. What a... Apologies. No, it's Wevy to find the 3 there. What a play. As now Unreal Nightmare, 30-point lead, looking to expand it even further, quickly in, and it's not enough from OMiT. They get shredded down again. As we're back, end of the first reset. It's Unreal Nightmare up on top by about 30 points. As that P1 pops and we get ready for the second reset.
Oh boy, 92-53. Almost getting down to the first 100, baby. 16-8. Skill 10-12. 99 possibly gets one more. Nate finds inside of Skill, stops the entire progress coming on the P3. Not a lot of time left, but Unreal Nightmare knows for a fact that they need to win this one, and they are playing like the one of the teams who badly and just really it's like a do-or-die situation. Finds the corner. Busy will surprise the side of Lab and he completely catching the side of Lab off guard. Right now, we do see the progress being made from the side forming towards the fountain area. Skill gets a double. Busy for both goes out. Looks like there's somebody up on that balcony, and his teammate will assist down to do that wall bang against Hyde. Now, Unreal Nightmare back in the control.
Yeah, they're the ones with a huge lead. They just have to convert. We said this is the map they need to win if they want to force to a map 5 and have a chance at winning this series, and now they've got a real chance. 60 points ahead of OMiT. Heading into this P2, they have control, but the numbers drop early. It's down to Poison and Leave. Poison has to stay up here for as long as he can, but he's overwhelmed by the numbers of OMiT. Wevy trying to find the fast re-hit. Will get one kill. Skeleton will find one as well. Leave gets one as well. It's a 4 dead immediately. An instant break from Unreal Nightmare. They continue to rack up their score and expand their lead. Busy. Able to grab one there onto Leave. Still looking for more skill. We'll get that trade. Hyde able to grab one there onto Webby. Poison finds it onto Hyde as well. It's just a checkerboard on the hill. It's OMiT that comes out on top for now. Still looking for more. Still looking for points. As still looking for everything they need. Leave able to grab 2, including a nade kill. And even still, OMiT, they look flat-footed on this map. They've already hit the rotation over to P3, and they've got a lot of map to deny Unreal from. It's almost a 100-point lead against OMiT. That is unheard of, but looking to try to quell the bleeding. Nate able to find one before getting traded down. Hill spawn more or less in the back. He needs to make his way in quickly before the numbers flip as Hyde and Nate able to find the 2. As the alt route from Unreal does not work out. It's down to Poison and Leave once more, waiting for the rest of his team to get in position as Leave goes to hit that alt route. Needs to find one from up there, but Busy and Nate, they stand firm, still looking for more. Towards the hill is Webby, but he's stopped. He stays alive, and he'll hit that rotation all the way around.
All the way around, and it's surprising to see OMiT to Brooklyn struggling at this point in time, and almost and a good half coming up from the side of Unreal Nightmare as they're able to secure down 165 to 94, a huge difference, and needs to be settled down, scored down as soon as possible from the side of Brooklyn. We do see the a great good rotations coming up from the side of Brooklyn, but it's more of the fact that OMiT Brooklyn are winning a lot of their gunfights, as you can see in terms of the overall kills coming up. Except, yeah, a lot of that is on the negative KD, but great kills are great frag pointers are coming up from both sides. But it's kind of like it's not the it's Unreal Nightmare is not letting the side of Brooklyn get towards the point and just able to eliminate anybody who's trying to reclaim the entire situation in their favor. So it's a great awareness in game play coming up from side of Unreal Nightmare, just not allowing the side of Brooklyn to take back control of any of the hard points as soon as possible. But as soon as I say that line is going to be Brooklyn getting back the control of this fountain area.
Yeah, they have Boulder under lock, still looking to hold it down. Nate finds 2. Round he goes. It's Ring Around the Rosie. And it's Unreal Nightmares hitting the floor. Even still, they're going to try one more last-minute hit. Still able to find one there. Trying to just hold it, maybe Gray, to try to get this rotation back to P1. They're just going to try to hold OMiT in and lock them down. They do exactly that. They'll get the rest of the scrap, but still, OMiT with a great P3 into P4. They give up the scrap, but they get the majority of the points. They're going to need to keep doing that as they found the lead down to just 1 hill, as they'll get one last second of scrap, but that's all they'll get for free. As a checkerboard once again in the feed will lead the way of OMiT to getting onto this P1. Again, started the 3rd reset. They've made a dent in that lead that Unreal Nightmare had. But they've still got to completely vanquish it if they have any chance at this map. It's Nate on the hill, gets one before going down, and that'll keep it in the hands of OMiT for now. As Poison feels the heat and gets out of the kitchen, tries to establish some P2 spawns. OMiT know they need to fight for these points, and they can't afford to abandon this for P2 just yet. Leave from the overlook will find one, looking for a second. He'll get that one too. Sovereign, though, before that happened, did find Busy. Onto the hill it goes. Leave finds a 3rd on his life. 31 and 20 will finally get cleaned up, as the rest of this Unreal side are looking a little bit scared right now. They're looking like they can feel it slip from between their fingers. They just need 50 more points. But OMiT, they stand firm. They're on track for this P2. This alt route from Poison is a big risk from a player that's been a little bit silent so far this map, but he finds this kill. Everything could crumble, and he should have a surprise there onto Busy, but the rest of his team just getting shut out at the outset. Dangerous play, waiting for the player from the side door. They'll find the player on the hill, needing to find these follow-up kills. Poison finds that one there. Still, Nate in position, finds one. Checkerboard trade from Leeb. Still, it's Unreal. They're the ones in control. They're getting that point 210 on the board. Still looking for more. Leeb up close and personal, gets taken down. Webby with the trade. Still looking for more, though, is Nate. Needs to stay alive, but cannot do so. It's down to Poison. Only one in the vicinity, and he cannot win the 1v1. OMiT trying to get the rest of this scrap, but still Unreal Nightmare. They're going to make the fight for every bit of it.
Nice.
Nate still in position. The skill and Lead find 2 of their own underneath the car, trying to find the fight. They'll finally forfeit that scrap, and they'll make OMiT chug through the map towards P3. They're doing a good job so far as OMiT. Finding 2, looking for more. It's just down to Leeb. He needs to stay alive in the back of this hill, but he cannot do so. OMiT with a beautiful P2 to P3 rotation.
P2 to pre-rotation needs to get blocked off from the side of Brooklyn. Yes, they're trying their level best though. One of the stun nades are gonna just get kind of like reflagged over there. But anyways, that's going to be 40 seconds left on the clock for this this rotation that needs to be cut off. And now it's going to be Unreal Brooklyn actually taking down 3 of the players from the side of Brooklyn, and Unreal Type getting back to control. So Ring gets out. Nate is able to take down the side of Skill. A lot of that projectiles getting exchanged between 2 of them. They are on the garage house. Nate comes in from behind. Blazy gets 1 more. Nate gets cursed off. Blazy takes out the side of Wavy. 197 to 225. Things and miraculous play needs to happen at this point of time, because there's not a lot of that time out left for the side of Unreal Nightmare to just secure up this Victor map and push this to the decider map. But as soon as they're able to do so, Wavy and Lee will take out the side of Sowin and hide, and they are trying to just convert upon the next point with the boulder over here, which is gonna activate as now.
Yeah, Unreal, 25 points to the win. They had a great stop on the initial rotation from OMiT. They just need to stop 1 more wave, and they'll be there. OMiT on the doorstep, every direction. It's Poison to find the first nade. 3 nades come through, and 2 from OMiT. 3 from OMiT, looking for the 4, and it's a beautiful break once more. OMiT gonna look to try to clean it up on this hill if they can. This first initial play, Busy, not a fan of this rotation. He's going to try to hit the long route, trying to find these players. He might catch the timing, but no, there's only 1. He gets traded immediately. He's dropped. He's dead. He's going to spawn all the way out towards that P2 side. He needs to make his way in quickly to reinforce the rest of his team. Hyde able to find one there on the web. He's still looking for more. In comes the 4, dead in the blink of an eye. 10 seconds left for Unreal. It slipped through their fingers, and they can't grab hold. 5 seconds on the board, and they do not have time. They have to fly. They have to find the fights, and they cannot do it. OMiT, Brooklyn, what, 249 still on the board. I thought it was done. I thought it was dusted. Hyde still fighting. Hyde still cooking. Has to exit the site. Down to a P1 we go. Somehow, some way, we're still here. OMiT, 1 point away. Just an inch. Just a play. Nate to find. Can he get that point on the board? OMiT finally
Oh my God.
will clean up the map in series. But my God.